Hey guys, it's Simon here with HobbiesofaMan. Once again, and today we're going to be doing another single issue comic review. Today we're going to be looking at Kill All Immortals, book 2 by Zack, Kaplan, Fico, Ossio, Tiago Rocha, and Hassan Osman Elau, or Elahau. I'm not really sure how to say that, but there you go, that guy. And I really enjoyed this. I thought this was a great continuation from the last chapter. It's very exciting. I very much like it. I think it's just because it does have that same like vibe as the originals, which is one of my favorite shows from when I was a teenager, right? I really liked watching CW shows. You know, I really liked Green Arrow and stuff like that. But the originals, for whatever reason, was one of my favorites out of those that came out in that what's it called, in that channel. So yeah, I mean, it has that very similar vibes to that, right? Not exactly, because these guys aren't vampires, but you know, these like Viking people that became immortal, that have these like vaguely supernatural situations going on around them. It's all very fun, and I really like it, right? So yeah, it opens up on Norway, 1011 AD, where Eric tells Freya to kill someone. And she seems to be pretty fundamentally different from the rest of her family. She doesn't really want to do this. And so she tells him no. She's like, no, why can't we offer them mercy instead? I can't remember exactly what her father says at this point, but he's like, you know, we got to do what we got to do. And so he tells her brother Thor to do it instead. And his name actually isn't Thor. It's something longer, but the first portion of it is Thor, right? So it's kind of like Thorfinn from Vinland Saga, right? It's the same idea. You could call him Thor, but that's not really correct. It's just like an abbreviation of his name, right? So yeah, then we shift over to the present, where we get to see that Freya and Jabari are in a car driving through the woods. She tells them about her family, right? They live in the shadows, they kill who must be killed, and they disappear, change names, resurface, and then later do this over and over again throughout life in order to evade the fact that, you know, people would notice that they're immortal. And I'm guessing it probably is getting harder and harder the more and more technology advances, right? So yeah, then they get stopped by men at the runway because they live on this portion of I think they live in Iceland, right? And they go through the woods. They manage to get to the family airport or runway area or whatever, and they're stopped by men. She steps out of the car and she fights them. And she's very rusty because she's not someone that's all that violent compared to her siblings and her father. And she eventually manages to win just because she can't die and everyone else can. So she does beat them, and it seems to be relatively easy, but still like not as sophisticated or fancy as you would assume it would be, right? So yeah, then she forces the pilot to fly, and the pilot's basically like, you know, your dad's gonna kill me if I take you, right? And she's like, well, I'll kill you now if you don't. So he does, and he's gonna die either way, I guess, which sucks. And then Jabari asks Freya about how they became immortal. Apparently there's this a Scandinavian goddess called Idun, or Idun, and she fell from the sky one day. Her family found her, and so they gained immortality from this. I'm thinking this is supposed to relate to an ancient mythological story, because they also mention Loki and stuff, but I don't know it. So I'm gonna do some research about it and talk about it next time, I guess. But it was a pretty cool and easy and simple way to be immortal, right? This lady fell from the sky, we helped her, we put her away, and so now she gives us immortality as an exchange, and that's pretty cool. They go to an old family home that has been turned into a family library of sorts, some sort of mausoleum or, you know, kind of thing for them to kind of remember all the stuff that they've done, right? And they get there specifically because Freya wants to find the ancient records of the family in order to find where Idun is, so that maybe she can kind of kill her family for, you know, the last time properly. And when they get there, they manage to get into the area that they need, and as they're there, Freya hears something. She goes back upstairs, and she finds her younger brother Thor there, and she tries to talk him down. She's like, I know that you're nice on the inside, right? Like, kind of like you know, they do in the originals a lot. They try to get Klaus to be a good man, and he's like, nah, dude, I'm a monster. Same kind of idea here. And it doesn't really work, so they fight. Jabari interrupts, and when Freya sees that her brother is about to kill Jabari, she kind of gets crazy and manages to kill him. I'm not sure how she manages to do it, because, like, she threw one of her brothers off the ocean, right? So her brother probably is drowning constantly, and so he's like dead, but not exactly. He's more like being tortured, right? Constantly waterboarded. It's kind of like the idea where like Wolverine sinks in the ocean, and so he dies because, you know, he's out of commission forever, right? I'm guessing that's what happened with her brother. She kills this one. It doesn't seem like he regenerates, so I'm not really sure if he will come back next issue. But so far, it seems like she's managed to down 2 of her siblings, and she has 2 left. And there's only 5 issues, so I'm guessing that, you know, the final confrontation will be in issue 4, and 5 will finish off the story, right? So, yeah, overall, it turns out that after, you know, attacking 2 of her brothers, she is officially at war with the rest of her family, and so they have to move on. And it was pretty cool. I really, really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with this. I'm loving the artwork. I'm loving the coloring. I'm really, really enjoying the storytelling. I think it's fun. It's not very clear where anything is going yet, but everything is still chronological and sensical as it goes forward. So I'm really having a great time with this. I am very happy about having the chance to read this. And I'm actually, you know, looking forward to collecting it as a trade or a hardcover or something later on. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Kill All Immortals #2. Let me know what you guys thought down below, and thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys later.